I'm Kevin Michaluk, founder of Crackberry.com. I started the website back in, well, I guess it was 2006 when I had the idea for it. Fellow Canadian from Winnipeg, actually, and I got my first BlackBerry on the first day of work for Canada West Global. So I went to work for a big media company. Like a lot of people, I think, first introduction to BlackBerry back then was from business, and I picked up this big blue thing and wasn't that impressed with it at the time, but somehow grew very quickly to become addicted to it. Learned everything there was to know about it. Took it with me to the bedroom, to the bathroom, to sleep. Used it in inappropriate places. Couldn't put it down. And I switched companies about a year and a half later, and the company took my BlackBerry away, which really wasn't good. So it was a few days later when I had the idea for Crackberry.com. I figured if the site didn't exist, it needed to exist. And that was kind of the birthplace from it. So it wasn't from a media perspective or a technology perspective. It was literally a user of the technology, business background, and launched the site in 2007. Shortly after, Crackberry was named the 2006 Word of the Year by Webster's Dictionary and added to the dictionary. And the site went live, and it's been growing ever since, and it's been a real big success. We have over 3 million members today. And on websites, people register when they really want to, but our actual traffic's been much bigger over the years. We get 30 million page views a month. We're top, I think we're in the top 1,500 websites online, top 1,000 or top 800 in Canada. Really big website from a technology perspective. Probably one of the biggest websites where we're focused on, one company and one product. So we have a huge fan base. We kind of cover everything. Our goal in launching the site was to become really the one-stop resource for everything related to BlackBerry. So, news and information, reviews, tricks and how-to, help people decide which, phone to buy next. Our community forums have, millions of members basically helping each other with questions and answers. So, if you hit a search engine and type in anything related to BlackBerry, you're probably going to end up at Crackberry very quickly. And we have a lot of fun with it, and we support it with e-commerce too. So you can buy accessories for your devices. You can buy actually the phones from us. You can buy apps from us too. I don't know why it took me so long to get to Waterloo, to be honest. And then I guess I was waiting for RIM to invite me. Didn't happen. But then when I heard there was an EGM coming up this week, I decided I'd book the ticket, and I wasn't sure if I'd get shot or what would happen, but RIM's been great to us this trip. It rolled out the red carpet really, and we've had a great time here so far. Went on a plant tour this morning. Now we're touring around, and I'm seeing just how great an area Waterloo and Kitchener is for technology. Really impressive just to see the amount of talent in this region, and maybe more importantly to see how people embrace it. It's really encouraged, and there's a lot of you can see it's building for, it's successful already, and it's set up to become even more prominent and successful in the future, which is amazing to see. I would say the general public probably does not understand at all the nature of that transition. I'm part of the media, right? Whether I like it or not. I mean, I approach the site as a fan, and we have a specific goal, but I write articles, I write blog posts, I read them all day. I'm part of the media. And one thing that I guess I understand about the media now, and sort of about the average person is, you read a story, you forget the article, you forgot who wrote it, you forgot where you wrote it, but you remember a message. And right now, there's just sort of the overall message on RIM being put out by the media is sort of negative. And I mean, there's some justifications for it, right? RIM has given the media some reasons for these articles to be written. Stock price is a bit down, company's still growing, still profitable, yet you're in a space right now where I guess the penetration of smartphones there's an adoption to smartphones, and RIM's not growing as quick as that sort of mass movement to smartphones is. So the investment community is giving it a hard time. Anybody who's used the BlackBerry devices over the years knows they're absolutely great at communication. And RIM's been adding to what those devices can do. And they've gotten a lot of years off the traditional BlackBerry operating system. But at some point, it's like sports teams going through a rebuilding. It's, I love Formula One racing, and there's always seasons, right? It takes time to build a new team and a new car and get ready for the next years of dominance. And RIM's had a lot of years of success, and it makes sense that they have to kind of rejig things and get ready for the next little while. I think the climate right now is just such that for whatever reason, if it's Wall Street or the media, they don't want to give RIM a lot of time to get through a transition. I think RIM's, if you look at all these acquisitions they've made over the past few years, I mean, a couple of years back, you weren't sure what was going on. You knew at some point RIM needed to do some things. The devices were still good, but the tastes of the consumer were changing. We went from, we need a keyboard, we need communication, to the more of the touchscreen experience and everything. RIM had to get set up for that. And they are, and acquisitions like QNX and companies like TAT, a lot of other smaller acquisitions they've done, they're all giving, RIM has just an amazing amount of pieces now to build an awesome product. But we haven't yet seen, I'd say, the full accumulation of all their potential in a consumer product. The Playbook was sort of the first step in that direction, and you can see the power that's there. It's a new platform. It's going to take time to fill it up and make it 100% robust. And I think right now a lot of people, in the media, they just wanted RIM to come up with that product, bang, and okay, here's your name your platform and device killer. And it's not that yet. But I think what they're working towards is great, and the changes they're making are great. But really, at the end of the day, back to that first question, does the consumer get it? I'm not sure. They see the product getting advertised, they see the reviews, they hear something, and when I have my girlfriend's parents asking me, "Oh, Kevin, are you going to need a new job soon?" It flips me out, because if these 70-year-old parents, are asking that question, it shows me that there's a message coming through. They don't have a clue of the understanding background story of what's happening, but they know that overall message, and it's something RIM really needs to change the message on right now. Hey, Canadian story. I'm Canadian, proud Canadian, and I want RIM. I did a video yesterday in front of RIM building #1, and I said we're it's the Cupertino of Canada we're at right now, and this area is, and I want to see that success continue for Canada. Two, I love the devices, I always have. I mean, it's Crackberry for a reason, right? If you want to break the addiction, you can try a different phone and all of a sudden you're not addicted, but who wants something inferior? And it's always spoke to me, BlackBerry way of doing things. And it's interesting because the BlackBerry way of doing things is not as always, it's efficiency, communication, immediacy. To me, it's still first and foremost a productivity tool, which is what I want my device to be. And that's my sort of user experience. If I have time to kill, there's a lot of other things I want to be doing. So I love my BlackBerry phone still first and foremost, because it helps me get stuff done. And then when I get stuff done, then I have more time to relax and do other things. I'm sort of self-proclaimed BlackBerry fanboy #1. Nobody's argued me for the title yet, so I'm going to stick with it. And what I really want to do, and part of my reason being here this week, is I just want people to remember, give RIM the time they need to get through it. The devices are still great. You have your priorities of what you want in a device. BlackBerry may or may not be that for you, but if it is, go for it. And keep the love for BlackBerry alive, because it's been there for a lot of years. And it won't take that long. They're working hard on this transition. I think once they come through it, you'll see devices that don't only consumer experiences, devices that don't only match what the competition is doing, but start to really run ahead of it. And RIM's thinking, they got 10 good years out of the BlackBerry OS. Now they're going through a transition that sets them up for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And I think you'll really see them, lead the pack.